Yeah, we used to live in Bel Air. My husband, Gary, said, honey, I'm miserable. I'm going to become a knife sharpener. What am I supposed to do? He's happy.
Tonight, Mrs. Gary and Gary will be sitting at the dinner table of Claire and David. Claire and David still live in Bel Air. And there is no way that Gary won't be remembering this and won't want to have it. Oh, shit. It's the cops. And they're talking to the weird neighbors. Mama, I can't talk to you right now.
Miss Gary.
Your Honor, you're
Detective Johnson.
Yes,
What is this?
Oh, don't mind them. Don't mind them. They're here to speak to Gary.
I have a couple questions. I want to ask
Why don't we have some coffee? I find that coffee actually relaxes people.
He's secure. He's not going to come out.
Are you afraid of dogs?
I'm not afraid of dogs. No. I just, let's start at the beginning. You're Mrs. Gary.
Yes.
Your first name? Your first name.
Dolores.
All right. And your husband's
Gary.
His first name?
Gary.
His first name.
Gary.
Your husband's name is Gary.
No.
I need to
Silverstein.
All right. I'm sorry. How do you know the Kensingtons?
You don't have more people coming.
That's not us. Do something about that dog! Please!
It's the neighbor's dog.
What is the noise I keep hearing?
Don't let it bother you. It's the neighborhood.
No,
it's
I'm
where
hearing
we live. That's Gary. He's sharpening the knife. I'm sorry to yell at you.
Okay. Last night you were at the home of Claire and David Kensington, is that correct?
They had valet. Well, we weren't going to use the valet, not in the knife mobile.
What's a knife mobile?
The knife mobile, it's what Gary drives in. It's horrendous. We parked about a mile away, and I got about 3 steps, and my heel breaks. Gary goes back into the knife mobile, and he fixes it using a stiletto and a C-clamp. And it works, except that I clink every other step.
I clink up the driveway. Claire greases at the door. She's drunk. She lets us in, and the first thing I see are 12 tables, 20 place settings each.
Knives everywhere. So I say, I'm going to go use the ladies' room. But really, I go in, the knives,
You went
and
to the
I've
restroom
got
and
about
then you
150
came
knives.
into the dining room instead.
I didn't go to the restroom. I excused myself to pick up the knives. Gary can't see a knife without talking about it. I have about 150 knives in my grasp when who comes into the room but Sylvia Braxton? Is she down there on the list somewhere? She's a troublemaker. I don't like that woman. And she starts to say to me, oh, you should know your place. I have 150 knives in my grasp. It was terribly embarrassing. You are nouveau riche, she says to me. And as she's saying this to me, I'm looking over her shoulder, and I see her husband, Ed Braxton, write that down, Ed Braxton,
Coming out of the bedroom door with a female staff member zipping up his fly.
Take that, you fucking mongrel shit machine!
Yet I feel really great here. So go ahead. So you're at this party.
So the next thing I know, Claire goes up to Ed and yells, you slut! Now, detectiveship. Wouldn't you say that to the girl?
Would I really? I mean, who's the slut? That's the question.
Well, that's the question, but it doesn't matter, because then the next thing I know, Claire has a gun and she's shooting it up to the ceiling. And everyone hits the deck, but I can't hit the decks. I got about 150 knives in my grasp. Do you know how much noise that would make on the floor?
I can just imagine.
It would be terrible.
I don't
So
really,
I just close my
I don't
eyes.
really like my job.
And when I open my eyes, there's Gary, and he's looking at the knives, and get this, he says, there's no way that I can sharpen all these knives before the first course. And besides, these people are crazy, and I'm getting you out of here. And so I went clinking down the driveway, too petrified to let go of the knife, and that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Your honorship.
I'm just a detective. That was nice that your husband, he took care of you.
He loves me.
But other than that grinding sound, I don't hear anything. I feel free. I feel kind of free. I feel like What color is that in your hair?
Medium auburn, number 111.
In a pixie chic, you would look fantastic. Come another slide. You know, the 111 is fine. I mean, it's fine generally speaking, but you know, you have some very delicate features here. What I'd want to do is I'd want to shape it a little more this way and give it a little more body, right? A little more body. But we've got to get this color.
This is just like the old days. Gary, put the knives down. Bring scissors.